Ask Tom on Home Show.
Dennis from Lynchburg, Virginia has a question about AC replacement.
His time may have come, Tom. Dennis writes, my electric furnace is 45 years old, and I want to replace it. The air handlers are 7 years old, and the condenser is 12 years old. Should I replace all three? I have R410A.
Okay, this question's worded a little weird, so I'm going to have to...
kind of deconstruct it a little?
An air handler and a furnace is the same thing. They're the same unit. When you replace a furnace, the air handler is part of it. All it is the squirrel cage fan motor. So I have a feeling he meant the evaporator coil and the condensing coil on his air conditioner instead of the air handler. So if that's the case, and I think it is, in other words, you have the air conditioner components, and then you have the furnace, which contains the air handler that works for both. It moves the air through, whether it's air conditioning or heating, just for everybody who's watching. And you would replace the air handler, which is the furnace also. You should just replace that part. 45 years, you got your money's worth. It's awesome. You can get a new efficient one put in there, whether it's electric, whether it's gas. Your guys, you'll go through all that. But there is no air handler. And keep the evaporator coil and keep the condensing unit outside. That's the R410A. Your air conditioning system is working fine. You can keep it. Now, when the air conditioning needs to be replaced after 45 years, we hope, then that air handler still has 20 years left in it, which has the furnace. Then you only replace those two parts. But those are the three major parts. You have the condensing coil outside, which is the whole unit. Then you have the air handler, which consists of the fan motor, which blows the air through the system, and the furnace. They're in a long box by themselves, a big triangular box. Then you have a little piece of ductwork. Then you have the evaporator coil, which works with the condensing coil outside. So those are the three major units. The rest is all distribution, which is ductwork. So the answer is replace the furnace. Don't worry about the air conditioner because you don't need it. Don't use the expense right now because most people don't have an extra $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 just to blow like that. If you do and you want a whole new unit, you can do that. It has nothing to do with the refrigerant.
All right, so clear as glass on that, right? My question is, if that system is that old, how old are his ducts?
Probably maybe 45 years, but if they're really good, well-done metal ducts, because 45 years ago they would have probably been hard pipe like I have in my house, they can last as long as the insulation on them. I rewrapped some of mine. The wrapping on there on the outside got a little destroyed over the years, but once you rewrap them, the metal ducts will last indefinitely. So if he has a good metal duct system, I would never replace that. I would rewrap them if they needed new insulation on them. I would put a new plenum in if I got a new air conditioner. I would put a new return air plenum as well as the supply if I changed the whole thing. And I'd put even a media filter in, but I would not change the ducts. I would just make them adapt to the new plenums.
All right. You want to make sure you don't waste any money. Go ahead and click right there where it says Ask Tom, the blue button right there. And Tom will take care of you just like that, easy peasy. You can send us a form, send us a video. And then, you know what? If you can send pictures, that would have been the one thing. If we had seen pictures of that system, it would have been interesting and probably made it much clearer for you, Tom, to understand what he's talking about. So it helps us. It helps Tom to understand when you send us pictures or videos or whatever else. And we will continue posting these every day as long as Tom wants to keep doing it. I don't see him slowing down. So keep him happy, send him questions, and you'll see him at HomeShowRadio.com, our Facebook page, and of course, our YouTube channel, the Home Show Radio YouTube channel.